Hello again, boys and girls. This week in literacy, we'll be reading a new story. It's a story about a bear. It says Mother Bruce. And if you look at it, there's something going on. What do you think is going on? Some of these little ducklings, should they be with a bear? Let's find out. Remember to pay attention to the story. Remember to pay attention to the characters, where it takes place, what the problem is, and how we can find a happy ending at the end of the story. So, Mother Bruce. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. So there's that word again. Last week we read a book called Grumpy Bird, but this is a grump. That means he's grumpy, but just in a sense, grump. He's always just in a bad mood. So, as far as his grumpiness, he did not like the rain, he did not like sunny days, and he did not like cute little animals. So he didn't like the sun. He didn't like it rainy. And he didn't like cute animals. Bruce only liked one thing. Eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Good morning, Mrs. Sparrow. But Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like the other bears. No. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. So he would go and collect the eggs from all of his bird friends, and then instead of eating them raw, he would go on the internet and find out exactly how he can make special eggs. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with salmon sauce. So he went to get the ingredients. First, he found a few salmon. Then, he collected honey from the local beehive. He likes to support local businesses, you see. Last, he went to see Mother Goose and paid her a visit. And these eggs are free-range organic. So, he saw on the internet about making this special egg. So he went to go get the ingredients. He got the salmon, he got the honey, and then he got the goose eggs. Then he wanted to know if they were organic or not. Silly bear. At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire stove fizzled, so he went out for some more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. So he was trying to cook the eggs, ran out of wood, needed to go get wood. He collected the wood, but when he got back, he was met with an unsettling surprise. Mama! Bruce became the victim of a mistaken identity. Can the gooselings belong to this bear? No, but since they first saw him, they're like, he must be our mama. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for some buttered gosling on toast, but for some reason, he lost his appetite. So, he's like, no, can't have that. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest. I will have to ask Miss Goose about her return policy. Be back in April, only to find that Miss Goose had flown south early. Bruce left the goslings there anyways and went back home. So, the mama gooseling had already left, so he's there. He just left him there in the actual nest. But, Mama, He was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, "Go away," and "I'm not your mother," and also, "I'd like you better when you were eggs." So he told him to go away. He said, "I'm not your mama," and he says, "I preferred you as eggs." Roar! Bruce could take it no longer, and he became extra grumpy with them. So, he was trying to scare them off and roar them away. But the little ducks were like, It didn't work. Goslings always followed their mother, even if he or she or he is a bear. Mama! Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. It was hard work. So, kind of looks like Miss Susie when she's teaching y'all how to paint. And then she tried to feed him different things, but they don't like that kind of stuff. And then, of course, he was so tired, and they all fell asleep. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow into annoying baby geese, to stubborn teenage geese, to boring adult geese. So baby, teenage, and then geeslings. This is funny. Looks like some of the teenagers that I know. Then one fall afternoon, he saw a family of goose flying south. "Finally," he said, "I can get rid of these geese," and he could take his long winter nap. So the geese were flying south for the winter, and then he's like, "Ooh, now I can send them off." Bruce explained migration, but they didn't listen. So he was trying to tell them they needed to fly south for the winter, but they were like, not happening. We're not leaving you, Mama. Bruce needed these geese to leave, so he got creative. So they didn't want to fly south, so he kind of like made his own flying contraption, like a slingshot, to make them fly. Nothing worked. These geese were not leaving. So he put them in an airplane. They flew back. They're like, "No, we love you, Mama." So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take these geese to town. They boarded the bus. So here comes the bus. And they're about to go on the bus. Let's see where they're going. And he migrated to Miami. It says, now every winter, Bruce and the geese head south for the winter. They laze about the beach in tacky shirts, sipping on ice cold lemonade, while Bruce dreams about new recipes that don't hatch. So he had to move to Miami because the geese can't live in the cold, so they fly south for the winter to get kind of warm. So now Bruce actually had to move with them in order for them to be okay. Until Mama. Now the baby turtle has come across a gosling or a goose or a geese or the goose. So my 4 questions are: who are the characters of the story? If you said bear and the goslings, that is correct. What is the setting of the story? Well, this one has a kind of a couple of them, but it has to do with the forest. So Bruce lives in the forest, so of course it's going to take place in the forest, right? What was the problem of the story? If you said that he was like collecting eggs and then they hatch, that is correct. And what was the solution of the story? If you say that he actually had to move all the way south for his goslings to be, or his geese to be okay, then that is correct. So, because bears usually hibernate during the winter, so they kind of sleep the whole winter in a cold environment, and the geese, they migrate down south where it's warm. So Bruce just picked up and left back to Miami, and in Miami it's hot and sunny, so that was perfect for his goose or his geese. So make sure you read this story again later on this week. We will have another assignment this week in the middle of the week, and I will post that online. So make sure that you read this story as many times as you want. Talk to you later. Bye.